biggest party of the summer here on Fog Wrestling, guys. Welcome back to the channel, and we're going to be doing our WWE SummerSlam 2021 predictions. I said this a few weeks ago, but in my opinion, one of the best WWE cards I can remember seeing in a long time, and I would say definitely better than the WrestleMania card that we just seen this year.
Yep, but before we get into it, can we just call back to my Universe Mode slogan for my SummerSlam? Benoit versus The Rock, biggest hanging of the summer. I thought that was brilliant.
That was great. I don't know what relevance it has on this show, but I thought that was
a
great.
pretty good card.
It was, aye. Oh, it was a better card than this for sure. I don't think there'll be any hanging tonight because there's no murderers on the show. But what we do have on the show is someone who's absolutely murdered this gimmick, a character that's absolutely murdered, and someone who just murders Raw every time they appear. And that is Nikki Ash, the champion. She'll be defending against Charlotte and Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship.
I hate all three of them.
Everything on Raw just seems like it lasts forever. It feels like Charlotte and Rhea Ripley have been feuding for decades.
Yep.
And
Benjamin, Alexander.
they ain't on the show, but anyway, regardless, Nikki Ash she's defending against these two. She's been booked really, really poorly going into this. She beat Charlotte 1-on-1, but then she lost to her there at Raw, and then she lost to Rhea Ripley 1-on-1. Basically, everyone's had wins over each other. I'm going to go with Nikki Ash retaining here. I just don't think it makes much sense to put the belt back on Rhea Ripley because she was a shit champion and that failed. And why would you take the belt off Charlotte? I mean, unless you're trying to get her up to Ric Flair's number, I get that, but
I'm going to go with Nikki Ash too, because
well, no, but recently they just took 3 off of Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
So why would you take 3 title reigns off her just to give her another one?
What do you mean they took 3 off her?
They were. I think previously they were including her NXT title reigns, I think, or tag title reigns or something like that. But then they've obviously decided, quick shit, she's getting to 16 too quick, so they took 3 off her. I think Nikki Ash will retain here. No matter who wins, we lose. But I think Nikki Ash will retain. Up next is the WWE Tag Team Championship Raw match between the champions Adrian Omos versus RK Bro. Probably RK Bro, Matt Riddle, the most over thing on Raw at the moment. But unfortunately for him, the whole thing kind of sucks, and AJ and Omos are fucking terrible together.
Yeah.
And Matt Riddle's stuck with a gimmick that sucks, but he's making it work. If we're being honest.
As for this, gets me here. I think the only thing is like an Orton heel turn, but we just saw that like 2 weeks ago. But then he.
There's multiple ways you could go about this. I mean, you could have Orton turning on Riddle, which is the predictable thing. You could have RKO Bro winning, which is predictable as well. You could have Matt Riddle turning on Randy Orton and turning Matt Riddle heel, which I don't think would be predictable, but I don't see them doing it.
No.
You could have AJ and Omos retaining, which I don't see happening either, to be fair. I think RK Bro are going to win this. It's either RK Bro win or Randy Orton turns on Riddle, but I think it'll be a win for... Because I think they can have AJ lose and still kind of protect Omos, but like this Omos guy just...
I'm going with RK Bro.
I'm going with RK Bro too. Who'd you go in the first match? Nikki Ash?
Yes.
So far we're 2 for 2. Up next, singles match, Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie with Doudrop. Again, another feud on Raw that's just not appealing.
It's fucking awful.
Absolutely no reason to care.
I'm going to go with...
I'll go with Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
Eva Marie's return to WWE has been a failure. The Evolution.
Not that anything else really isn't.
The Evolution's already over at this stage, isn't it? I'm going to Alexa Bliss to win.
It just shows you, before we move, it just shows you, they'll see when they do these vignettes and they just drag them out. It's not because like they're doing it for the cool act. There's no fucking idea.
There's no idea what they're doing where once she turns up.
Yep, that's it. That's your fucking whack.
And it turns out that Eva Marie posing on top of a Ferrari was the best thing they ever done.
How can it go for that to teaming up with a fucking wheel?
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't take
maybe Doudrop was the Ferrari. I don't know.
Right, next up, Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal.
Fear and Shanky are banned for ringside.
Oh god.
Fear and Shanky. I mean, it's as if McMahon's thinking, "Fuck! I released those 2 Indian dudes that used to hang about with Jinder Mahal.
Tell you what, though,
we'll bring in another 2 Indians."
I get fear thinking about this match, and I'd rather get shanked
than watch it.
Yep. So
I don't see it. Drew McIntyre will have a sword with him. I don't see how he loses this
What
match.
is the point of this match? It's so fucking old. I'm actually going to go with Mahal.
I think a cool thing would be for like Mahal to get DQ'd and snap the sword or something like that, but I don't think it's that going to happen.
I'm going to go with Mahal. Honestly, I just... Yeah.
No, I can't see it. Like,
right, next up...
I'm going to go Drew McIntyre because he's going to win.
Right.
Up next, we've got the US Championship match. Sheamus versus Damian Priest. Damian Priest has, for the past like 8 months, been involved with Miz and Morrison, and for once, it looks like he's moving away from that direction.
I'm going to go with Damian Priest.
Miz and Morrison, though, did say they were going to be hosting something tonight, but I don't know. Moist TV. Sheamus' United States Championship run, in my opinion, has been lackluster. What's he done?
Lackluster?
Feud it with Humberto Carrillo and Ricochet? I mean, really? Come on.
I'm going to go with Priest.
I mean, I thought the match with Riddle at Mania was good when he won the belt, but ever since then he's done absolutely nothing. I'm actually getting a sore head doing this review. Fuck my life.
Right, next up
Wrestler's
though.
Pish. I'm gonna go Priest. I think the time is right to put the belt on. I actually think there's something about Priest. I'm not saying I like the guy or he's great.
He has half a look to him.
He's charismatic, and maybe it's because he's foreign and he speaks like Latin. I don't know.
Maybe.
He speaks Spanish.
He speaks Latin.
Well, Spanish.
Latin America.
Yeah, but no, he does have a bit of a cool look to him. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he looks better than the fucking average dude on Raw. Now moving on to SmackDown, I feel like we've discussed it. You know what it was? See, when we got to the Raw segments, I was fucking... I don't even think we've discussed the SmackDown match yet, actually, come to think of it.
No.
I tell you what, though.
One more Raw, though.
The SmackDown matches that are on this actually feel relevant.
Yep.
And the first one being Edge versus Seth Rollins. Edge obviously got costed the championship by Seth Rollins at the last pay-per-view. Seth Rollins blames Edge for taking this Universal title shot to begin with. Edge has called Seth Rollins Edge Light. Seth Rollins has proclaimed he's better than Edge ever was, which is a lie, but here, I mean, look at that segment Edge just did alone that we watched on SmackDown with Hulk Hogan. But anyway, Edge...
Pretty big arms.
Edge...
Pretty little arms, Seth Rollins.
Edge has been selling this match as... If he gets hit with the curb stomp, his career's over. That's how Edge is pretty much.
I'm going with
this.
an Edge win.
Yeah, it'd be sad if. Yeah, I'll tell you what. See, you got an injured neck. The last person you should be wrestling, Seth fucking Rollins.
I know.
But, I'm not even joking. I mean, he has got a history of injuring people.
Like, forget about the curb stomp. It's the fucking power bombs in the.
Nah, Edge won't take that. I can't.
Why did Sting take that?
I think it's because he was finally in WWE and he's wanted to try and go all out.
Nah, but I get that.
And now he's in AEW and all that. Well, it worked out alright from his back and he's Anyway.
Again, wasted like 5 years of your career, mate.
I know. Can we get Sting versus CM Punk?
No, but Sting's been in AEW near a year and he's just not
done nothing.
There's been a few decent things, like the cinematic match.
But anyway, Edge gave Seth Rollins they had to call it a brood bath on SmackDown, and Pat McAfee's actually on air saying, "I don't know what I'm allowed to call it." Imagine saying that. I just made him sound like a fucking goof.
Yep.
It's a bloodbath. Let's be real. It's a bloodbath, right? Brood. I like that. Brood's theme song was great though.
But did he play it?
Aye, but no. The sad thing is that it got zero fucking pop because the WWE audience didn't know. They don't know. Seeing you do attitude era stuff, they don't know. No, this has happened before.
They did it with the New Day.
Yeah, they just don't know. Like, see, any time they do something that was from the attitude era and they reference it or they, pay homage to it, this new crowd, like, obviously, there'll be some people
Even
there.
a couple of weeks ago, Cena referenced Punk. He says he's going to jump the barricade and blow him a kiss and take the title. That was referencing Punk, but no one got it.
But, yeah, I mean, so, nobody really... And everyone in the comments is saying, I thought it was The Fiend returning. The Brood's music... You know what I mean? But no, somehow that's the fucking Fiend.
Maybe we're just fucking nerds and we just know every theme song, but I mean, immediately...
Nah, we're not nerds, because every day that's Sporkle test, we don't know shit. But so we know theme songs that stand out. Hold on.
We got every European champion apart from Naked Midian. I will accept being a nerd. Right? Because that's fucking good. And nobody would have got Midian. Not even Midian would have got Midian.
Right, Edge Rollins, been a decent build-up. I think this has been some of the best stuff of Rollins' career. I don't like the guy, but I think in the last couple of weeks he's actually delivered some good promos.
Actually, you know what? It's rare on WWE these days where like a one-on-one match between two guys actually feels semi-big.
Yeah.
And I feel like this does.
Without a title,
Yep,
especially.
that's what I'm saying.
And this does. Look, I've said a lot of shit about Seth Rollins, but over the past like 5-6 years, ever since, he broke out for the Shield, he probably is like one of the top main eventers in that period.
Yeah,
awful. Like I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the guy, but if I'm comparing, I mean, if you compare Seth Rollins to like Kevin Owens or Finn Balor, to me he's a hell of a lot better.
Yep.
I mean, Kevin Owens might be better on the mic, but I don't know, Seth Rollins just comes across to me as a more serious fucking... I look at Seth Rollins versus Edge, and it does... To me, Seth Rollins' Edge can main event this, but...
Kevin Owens...
Every time I look at Kevin Owens, I'm thinking, what a fucking fat mess. But anyway, I'm going to go with... See, I kind of think...
We've spent too long talking this. I'm going with Edge.
I'm going to go with Edge, but I wouldn't be surprised if Seth Rollins wins, because...
Yep, I agree with that.
The reason I'm going to say that is I just think Seth Rollins kind of needs a win as well.
True.
But is Edge going to lose to Reigns and Rollins back-to-back? Probably not. But you know what, it's WWE, they probably have another match fucking at Survivor Series, so then at Mania, who knows?
Maybe we'll have Edge against Cena. TLC next pay-per-view.
Could be. What I would have liked to have seen on SmackDown would have been Edge and Cena versus Rollins and Reigns. If it was back in the day, that's what you would have got. But in 2021, fucking can't give you anything.
Probably a dark match. Right, anyway, next women's title match, man. We've got Belair, Banks.
I think Banks is winning this.
Yeah.
Now, she refuses to take the vaccine test. No, she refuses to take the COVID injection, and she basically said the other day there that this is going to be a great day for wrestling, referencing CM Punk's return. And she wasn't on SmackDown last night either, so
she's not winning the belt.
Yeah, plus there was speculation both these two had COVID and this match wasn't even happening. So I don't know. I just think the Bianca Belair thing's failed. I mean, I think if you look at the new generation of women that they pushed in the last couple of years,
garbage.
None of them have really got over. If you're being honest, it's like
no one feel like the brand split went beyond is
the top women in the company are the four horsewomen and Alexa Bliss. Apart from that, like everyone else feels like,
jobbers.
It is. Like, I mean, Carmella's had title reigns and stuff like this, and they gave Naomi the belt for a bit, but everyone else, they just,
I'm going with Banks.
I'm going with Banks. Bank on Banks. I mean, she's related to Snoop Dogg. That makes her better than Bianca Belair.
I don't even like
Snoop Dogg. The only match for SmackDown that I'm no interested in, SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the Usos, the champions, versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. Right, I think I covered this.
Dominic's fucking awful.
I covered this in the SmackDown review. I totally get it, right? Rey Mysterio and Dominic became the first ever father and son tag team champs, and Rey might have wanted that. Like, that is cool, right? He probably did want to work with his son. He probably knows his son's green as shit, and he wants to be involved because he knows that him being involved with his son will help his son. And I totally get that. But what this is doing is hurting Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio doesn't have many years left. Can we at least get him away for Dominic, even if it's in the brand split or something? Move them, put Dominic in NXT. NXT's full of rookies. I'm sure Dominic, stick him in there for a couple of years, then bring him back up.
Yeah.
Right, they've had their title reign, first father and son to hold the title. That should be enough. Where's this going? Unless I personally think the Usos are winning the night and Dominic's turning on Rey, and then we're going to get a feud between Rey and Dominic. And to be honest, all that's going to do is hurt Dominic, because Rey Mysterio is fucking
100 times better.
Yeah, 100 times better than him in the ring. Dominic just looks flabby. He tries to do all the moves Rey does, but he just can't. He's not. I think he's too big. See, when he does the moves, he does them in slow motion. Yet Rey does them, and he's like double his age, and he's still double his age. Rey still looks 100 miles an hour. Yet it's like, see when they do the 619 together, like the double six. It'd be like putting Colin Delaney and Hulk Hogan together in a pose-off. Who's got the largest arms in the world? You know what I mean? It's quite clear. Hogan's arms are larger than Colin Delaney.
Massive, right?
And it's quite clear here that Rey Mysterio is just better.
Right, the Usos are winning.
Dominic Mysterio. I'm going with the Usos winning with Dominic turning on Rey. But
I think that too. Right, next up, Bobby Lashley with MVP taking on Goldberg. Bobby Lashley every day of the week.
At least, back to the thing, at least if Rey and Dominic split up, that's another opponent for Reigns or whoever wins the Universal title. Get Rey Mysterio back in a main event level.
He's not already feuded with him, though?
I think that was Brock. But anyway, back on to Lashley versus Goldberg. This match is going to be shit, right? They're going to ring the bell. I'm telling you what's going to happen.
Spear.
Goldberg's going to hit a spear within the first 5 seconds. Either he's going to go for the pin, or MVP is going to start acting like Paul Heyman, and he's going to be like, Bobby, and then Goldberg's either going to go for the pin and Bobby will kick out, or Goldberg will go to another corner and he'll wait and Lashley getting up and he'll hit him with a second spear. And it'll just be like a wrestling game where you start with unlimited finishers. Goldberg will spam spears. I don't even know if he'll attempt the jackhammer, to be honest, because the last couple of times he's fucking failed, and Bobby Lashley's a pretty big guy, so I don't know. But it'll be a few spears. Bobby Lashley will kick out. Bobby Lashley will maybe hit a spear or something, and Goldberg will kick out, and then, he'll hit another spear and he'll win. Battle of the spears.
You know what? Do something different here. Why not fucking have Goldberg throw in the tile because Bobby Lashley killed his son or something?
Aye. But we already had spear. It was the built-up Reigns and Edge, spear versus spear.
This is decrepit spear versus
a guy who spear's fucking special, let's be honest.
Oh, well.
I like Bobby Lashley, but his spear's pish. He doesn't do it the same way as he used to do it. He's changed it.
I know. He's older, like.
Yeah, but he like turns in mid-air. He like does a rolling spear. It's like Metal Gear Solid, Snake when you can do the dive into people.
Anyway, he's winning.
Why Lashley will win
next match.
If Goldberg wins, I'll be shocked. And if he does win, because he only works 2 matches a year. How can Goldberg win? Unless he plans on dropping the belt at the next pay-per-view in a rematch. But I'm going to assume that they're keeping Goldberg for next year's Mania. So they're not going to have him have the belt between now and Mania. So there's no way Goldberg wins this match. They could always pay him to do an extra date or whatever. But
what's the point?
Seeing the build up to this match, right? Could they not have had? Like I know MVP's injured at the moment, but could they not have had fucking Goldberg versus somebody on the main event of Raw there, rather than have another face to face where nothing happens?
I know.
Could McMahon not say to Bill, here, I'll give you $100,000 if you work a 30-second match on Raw?
No.
Fuck me.
If you can do a couple of moves, why can't you do a match?
Anyway, Bobby Lashley's winning.
Like, Goldberg's first match in fucking 17 years. I mean, fucking hype it up.
And that would drew my attention more than a face to face where you know absolutely nothing's happening.
See, knowing you're going to get like the proper Goldberg entrance with his attire and he's actually in a match, that is going to get people more interested than he's going to show up tonight and do what he did last week. Anyway, right.
I mean, if the Hurt Business was still together, you could have done Goldberg versus Cedric and Shelton 2-on-1. They're not. MVP's injured, but you could have had Bobby Lashley pick an opponent for him, like, a bunch of big fucking dudes. Mace and T-Bar, so what are they doing, feuding with those two Indian dudes? Fucking stick them against Goldberg.
Right, next up,
the main event time, Roman Reigns versus John Cena, WWE Universal Championship match. I think the promos have been overrated. I like John, but people are marketing it as if these are some of the greatest segments ever. They're not really.
The one last week was much better than this week.
Yeah, John Cena's got this whole 1, 2, 3 thing in his head, and it's not good. He thinks it's good, but it's really fucking not. All I need to beat you is 1, 2, 3. He's beating a dead horse with it.
But see these promos the last couple of weeks, it's just the same shit every week.
Yeah.
There's no... It's just cookie car.
I know.
Why should I tune in that yesterday compared to last week?
I think the Edge Rollins stuff has been better. If I'm being honest, like, I think the Edge Rollins promos have been better. Don't get me wrong, there's been a couple of... Cena's and Reigns, they've had a couple of good lines in their promos, but in general, the promos have sucked. The promos have sucked, but with a couple of good lines.
And again, why can't Cena have a match against one of the Usos?
Like, aye. Why fucking not?
Because it sucks anyway, though.
Or the main event of SmackDown, Cena and the Mysterios versus Reigns and the Usos. 8-man tag. Cena and the Mysterios and Edge versus Reigns, the Usos, and fucking Rollins. I mean, why not?
I know. Right.
I'm going to go with Reigns winning, because Reigns add it to the stipulation of the match. If he loses, he'll leave wrestling.
Oh, well, you know what? I think Big Match John's winning with the help of The Rock.
Nah, I'm gonna go with Roman.
Rikishi.
I'm gonna go. I did it for Cena.
I did it for Big Match Josh.
I did it for the nons with the colourful t-shirts. But anyway, guys, that is it. I'm going Roman Reigns. We'll come back tomorrow when we do the review. We'll see who got the majority of the predictions correct. But enjoy the show. I mean, on paper, it looks like a decent card, but who knows? Will it prevail? What match are you look forward to the most?
Probably Cena Reigns, because I feel like they're going to do something big. But
that's the match I'm looking forward to. But what match do you think will be match of the night?
Edge Rollins.
I'm going to go Edge Rollins as well. Match you at least looking forward to?
The Triple Threat Women's match.
Aye, well,
I mean,
there's a few you could pick, but yeah, that one's top.
No, that is because I don't see what could happen.
No, the reason I'm putting that one first is I think Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie is going to last 2 minutes max. That triple threat for the Raw Women's is probably going 15-20. Yep. Do you know what I mean? So, anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time.
Peace.